It's too quiet.
You probably know someone who finds total silence absolutely deafening. Maybe it's you. You can't just close your eyes and drift off. You need the TV on low, a fan whirring, or a podcast playing in your ear. While some call it a bad habit, psychology suggests there's a much deeper reason why your brain demands background noise to finally shut down.
I need background noise to sleep.
Today, we're looking at the hidden psychology of why we fall asleep to sound, and specifically, what that noise is actually doing for your nervous system. Let's break down the three main reasons. 1. The sound masking effect. Surprisingly, it's not the silence that keeps you awake, it's the inconsistency. In a perfectly quiet room, a floorboard creak or a distant car door sounds like an explosion. Your brain's vigilance system is designed to alert you to sudden changes in your environment. By playing white noise or a steady fan, you're creating a blanket of sound that masks those small spikes, allowing your brain to feel safe enough to stay asleep. It's less about the noise itself and more about the predictability it provides. 2. Drowning out the inner critic. For many overthinkers, silence isn't empty, it's full of thoughts. When the external world goes quiet, your internal monologue often gets much louder. This is where you start replaying that awkward conversation from 3 years ago, or worrying about a meeting that hasn't happened yet. Psychologists find that listening to a podcast or an audiobook provides a forced focus. It gives your mind just enough of a puzzle to solve so it can't start its own stressful loops. You're essentially replacing your anxiety with someone else's story. 3. The search for psychological safety. Humans are social creatures, and for most of our history, silence meant isolation. Total silence in the wild often signaled that predators were nearby and the birds had stopped singing. Alternatively, the sound of a voice or the distant hum of a television mimics the feeling of being in a safe tribe. If you live alone or feel lonely, that background sound acts as a digital companion. It tricks the primitive part of your brain into believing you aren't vulnerable and alone in the dark. It's a comfort mechanism that dates back thousands of years. But is there a downside? Sleep experts suggest that while sound helps you fall asleep, it can sometimes affect sleep quality. Your brain never actually stops processing audio, even when you're in a deep dream state. If the sound is too loud or too complex, you might wake up feeling mentally foggy. The key is finding non-associative sounds, noises that don't require your attention. Rain, brown noise, or a very familiar movie you've seen 100 times. These provide the comfort without the cognitive load. So the next time you feel weird for needing the TV on to sleep, remember that your brain is just looking for a shield. It's a way to quiet the world outside and the world inside at the same time. Understanding these patterns is the first step to mastering your own rest. If you found this insight helpful, hit the subscribe button for more psychology videos. Let's keep decoding the strange ways our minds work together. And click here to see our next video.